Important to stay fit and healthy during the stay-at-home order, perhaps even more so as the exercise will alleviate some of that additional stress many of us are incurring. However, as Instant Replay's Jessica Hunt shows us, even though gyms are closed, creating a bit of a roadblock, one facility has gotten creative in keeping the community in shape.
Performance is character driven. That's my biggest deal right now, is trying to keep people engaged and to kind of also deliver a message that if we come out of this with better character as a nation, we're going to be better off.
With gyms closed in greater San Antonio throughout the length of the stay home work safe order, fitness instructors and staff have had to temporarily change their business models in order to continue serving clients.
This is live from D1 Bernie.
One thing you learn in coaching is you have to adapt and adjust, and we're having to make a quick pivot based off just people sheltering at home and the social distancing aspect of things.
With locations in both Bernie and 1604 and 281, D1 Training is one of those businesses that has adapted.
We put a YouTube channel up, obviously trying to deliver content to as many folks as we can that way.
In addition to YouTube home workout tutorials, trainers have been communicating with clients via FaceTime sessions, conducting live workouts on social media.
How huge is that? Just lining up and right.
As well as utilizing a new app working with clients that range from grade school age to professional athletes trying to maintain their level of fitness.
It's been a phenomenal tool that we can stay engaged with all of our members from 7 years old all the way up into our adult population. Just giving them things that they can do, having to practice social distancing and keep the kids active, keep the parents active, you know, everyone mentally and physically, giving them kind of an outlet to what's going on right now. Palms touch together. If you're going to bring your right hand up, you got to...
In total, the staff has developed daily workouts that don't require equipment and can be followed from the convenience and comfort of home, both adhering to the stay-at-home order and helping others maintain a healthy lifestyle.
If you're at home and you're not doing much and you can't do much but watch TV and watch the news, you know what? Jump on your laptop or your phone and do a quick 30-minute workout with us. I think that'll go a long way in just keeping your mind on something positive.
All right, that was our Jessica Hunt reporting. Here's the contact info and social media handles for both locations. You can also find D1 Training on YouTube, wherever you find workout videos.
In shape, everybody.
I guess there's no reason to not be in shape.
Yeah.
Huh? All this stuff that's out there. And remember, just because many sports leagues are on hold right now does not mean that sports news is. Our Instant Replay team works all week to get the best local, state, and national sports stories covered. Tune in every Sunday night, 11 o'clock, to watch Instant Replay.
And every day at 1 o'clock, we head over to SA Live. It's always a mystery where they're going to be these days.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get right into it. We're going to help save you time and money by maybe helping you spend a little less at the grocery store by growing your own fruits and veggies. We're getting your spring garden in gear.
Yep, and getting outside can help lift your spirits, but some folks may have overdone it a bit. Right here, yours truly. So we want to know, what have you been overdoing it by doing outside? Maybe a little too much. Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll show you some of those comments a little bit later on in the show. Hey, it's a dish from one of our family's favorite Italian restaurants, and I try to repeat it at home. Plus, it is a recipe for kids made by a kid.
Ooh, that's that easy. Yes, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. But moms and dads out there may need an assist to help them get a gold star homeschooling. Our mom-turned-teacher, Jen Tobias-Strusky, shares what's in her lesson plan. And I did a little spring cleaning at home by diving into my pantry and organizing it on a budget and using things I already had around the house. That's a project I've been trying to do for about a year, and this just kind of forced me into it.
Bless you for doing that. More power to you. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA Live. Stick around.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather. Streaming free on KSAT TV.
I can't stop touching my face. There's toilet paper stashed all over the place.
It's a new anthem. That's what happens when a writer and filmmaker married to a musician gets bored. You Can't Stop Touching My Face by Eric Troyer and Kiki Buckley tries to put a catchy beat to the frustrations we all feel with COVID-19 quarantine.
The question is, will it go viral? Probably. More than likely.
You know, I've never,
Funny.
looking at Facebook and stuff, I've never seen so many people posting stuff in their pajamas. And look at this. It's a new norm.
It's true. And there's all sorts of videos now, social media, that people playing this stuff up. It is funny. There's no doubt about it. Take one last look at the forecast. 76 degrees today. Mostly cloudy, 20% chance of some showers and storms. Partly cloudy tomorrow and Wednesday, so temperatures warm up as a result. 86 degrees on Tuesday, 89 Wednesday. And then we'll get a frontal boundary in here Thursday. I think that does bring our rain chances up, 40% chance both Thursday and Friday. We'll see how that plays out over the weekend too. As it stands right now, Easter looks okay, but that is subject to change. We still sort of got an unsettled pattern there, and we'll keep you posted.
I don't think Mike and Fiona are in their pajamas, though.
And I can promise you're not going to see the three of us anchoring in our pajamas anytime soon.
SA Live starts right
now.
Hey, restaurant quality home ingredients, how to turn your kitchen into an Italian bistro.
Plus, homes across the country have turned into classrooms, how our own mom-turned-teacher is surviving homeschool.
And it's planting season, how you can turn a patch of dirt into the garden of your dreams.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Hello and happy Monday. What did you binge watch this weekend? Everyone's roaring about Netflix's show Tiger King, even the Spurs Coyote.
It's the first time I've seen this picture. Of course, if you didn't recognize him, that is Coyote dressed up as Joe Exotic. If you haven't seen the show, you don't know exactly who we're talking about, but oh my goodness gracious, you have to watch that show.
Yes, it's got everything. Everything.
And then some.
And then, yes, and then some.
And just when you think it's gone over the top, it's way over the top.
I'm kind of glad we don't have the and then some in that way. Yeah. Good afternoon. I'm Fiona Gorostiza. And of course, he's back, ladies and gentlemen, after 2 weeks in isolation. How does it feel?
You know, it feels really good. A little bit of normal now back in our lives. So if you are, like I said, in the 1250 T's, you know, you're at home working from home with the kids and everything like that, just, you know, hang in there as best as possible. But yes, it does feel good to be back in here and, well, at least 2 arms lengths away from you. So, hey, besides binge watching TV, hope everyone was able to get outdoors and get some fresh air.
But some of us might be doing too much outdoor activity.
Yeah, you know, looking around, it's one of those things that I've been meaning to do is to redo that walkway in my backyard and with all those paving stones. And my one son was out there helping me a little bit, but it's something I haven't done in a while. And those stones, you can pick them up enough times, 20, 30, 40 pounds, and my back is really, a lot sore.
A lot sore.
Oh, a lot sore this morning when I was doing that. I should have lifted with my legs. I should have done better. But, you know, I kept thinking, hey, I'm 30 years old again out there. Nah, not quite. So that's the question of the day. How have you been overdoing it at home? You got those aches and pains. Share your comments and pics on social media. Tag us at SA Live KSAT, and we'll try to share some of those a little bit later on in the show.
You stretch. Did you do some stretching?
No, I didn't. I'm trying to now. Seriously, it's like, oh my.
Try that.
So.
All right, one place maybe you can never really overdo it is in the kitchen. And Mike, you have one more recipe from your time there at home, but this one is much more appealing. I'm just going to throw this out there for all of us here behind the scenes at SA Live than your peanut butter, mayo, and onion sandwich that you talked about last week.
You will be trying it. I guarantee you will be trying it. Check out how I try to duplicate and imitate restaurant quality pasta at home with some of the ingredients in your pantry.
Well, here is a great kind of comfort Italian recipe. It's one that I tried to copy off of one of our favorite Italian restaurants, Sorrento's in Alamo Heights, and they call it their rigatoni Sorrento. And it's got rigatoni and their great Italian sausage, and then it's not a red sauce, not white, it's the combination of the two of them. I usually prefer like Alfredo white sauces, but this is I think the best of both worlds. And it's really, really simple to do. And okay, so I don't have rigatoni, we've got some penne. And just, you know, the other thing is, with a dish like this, there's no exact recipes going with it. So I've got the penne in some boiling water, and a lot of times if I get the links, I'll use a couple of them. This is the bulk sausage, which is a pound, so I'm going for maybe a little bit less than half of this. And if you want to add a little bit of some onion to it, that would be fantastic as well. Sometimes if I have some red wine laying around, I'll put a splash of that in there once the sausage is all browned up. So I'm going to let this brown up for a second. Chef on the show years ago had one of these gizmos, and this is the greatest invention for browning up ground beef, sausage, anything like that in a pan. You know, sometimes it's hard to break up, but as it browns, this just breaks it up into nice chunks like that. So all the sausage is browned up, and then I like to add a little bit of garlic. And if you've never used these jars of garlic, instead of trying to mince up cloves, this stuff's over in the produce section, and however much you like, I just take a little bit and pop it in there. And of course, you want to wait. You don't put the garlic in too soon, because if it burns, it'll get really, really bitter. So I'm just going to let that kind of go in there. It can flavor up or not. And then I add a little bit of cream, and I'll do a little bit beforehand, just so it can kind of reduce down with that ground beef. All right, let's check the penne. Just barely al dente, as they say, as the Italians say, so it's still got a little bit of a chew to it. It doesn't get too mushy. All right, I'm going to drain the pasta. So the first little round of cream has reduced somewhat, and I'm just going to put some, I'm using marinara sauce, kind of mix that around, and see how that beautiful pink color in there. Dump this in here. And actually with the pasta in the pan like this, it is going to maybe cook just a little bit more, some of that residual cooking. Max, treat on the floor. And from this point, if you want to add a little bit more marinara sauce, you can. If you want to add a little bit more of the cream, you can, which I will do. And it's really that simple. It's a good, warm, like I said, kind of a comfort food sort of a dish. And you can put as much of the cream and marinara sauce in there, however you want the combination of the two. And then just top it with a little bit of Parmesan, and you're all set.
That looks yummy.
It's very yummy, and at the restaurant Sorrento's, which by the way has great pizza as well, they put some peppers in there, and if you want to put some red pepper flakes in there, sometimes I'll even do even a little bit of diced up zucchini sometimes in there. So yeah, it's really good, and it's one of those warm comfort kind of foods. So
where did you find the X marks the spot looking thingy?
The ground beef breaker upper in the panner thing.
That
so Bed Bath & Beyond,
Okay.
I think I got it, and that is one of the handiest tools ever, because you can't break it up with a wooden spoon or something like that, and you just, once it browns up a little bit, and just start breaking it up, it's fantastic. So love that.
All right. It's week 2 for families doing homeschooling, and if you still need some help, guess what? You are not alone.
A while back, one of our experts came in and showed us a great setup for home learning. We want to show it to you one more time.
I have to go to the bathroom. When is recess? Is it snack time? I have to go to the bathroom again. Is it nap time yet? School is so hard.
Haley Giambalvo from Design Improvise joins me, and we've got some great ideas to kind of give your kids a desk environment right there at home.
Yeah, homework starts early. I want to find a way to make it fun, get them in the routine so when they come home from school, they're ready to start on their homework and get that out of the way. And one way to do that is just have all their supplies ready to go, have a dedicated workspace for them. And I found that this little homework kind of cart that I put together, a little homework station, has been really handy for them.
Where did you find this plastic old school retro desk?
At one one of my favorite places to find great finds, the Goodwill. They had, I think a school must have donated a bunch of them last year, and I picked one up for maybe like $5 and just gave it a little bit of an upgrade. I painted it, gave it a fresh coat of paint on the legs, and then I added some stripes with some vinyl just to dress it up a bit. And it just gives them something that's their size. It obviously reminds them of school. It's a real school desk. There's even storage in it. Alongside it, I put this little cart. I got the cart at home stores. You can find them at a lot of home decor stores, something similar like this. And I just filled it with little baskets that kind of help corral the different supplies they might need for their different homework and activities. To really customize it to what works for you, but just having it all in one place where they're not running around the house trying to find a pair of scissors. You have it right there ready to go so they can get their work done.
My lunch isn't packed.
Well, the reason it's not packed, Fiona, is because you're going to do it yourself. You're a big girl now.
Really?
That's why we've got this station right here. And I love that it's at the level where kids can get to it.
Yes, school lunches, snacks, water bottles, those can take up a lot of time during the school year because they need them every single day if they're packing their lunch, and they always need a stack regardless. Have the kids help out, and the way to do that is make it accessible for them. I cleaned out a cabinet in my kitchen. Prior to that, I had everything kind of scattered around. The water bottles were up high, they couldn't reach them, and I was frustrated they weren't helping me, but then I realized a big part of it wasn't where they were able to get to them easily. So I came up with this idea to just dedicate one cabinet to everything they need for school, and I organized it using some baskets. And what worked for us was some of the containers that they put in their lunch boxes in one, prepackaged snacks in another for their snack time or for their lunches, water bottles, other snacks that they can divvy up the day of when they're making their lunch. Whatever kind of non-perishables that you want to put in there is a good start, and then you can kind of help them with things from the refrigerator to round out the rest of their lunch.
I love it. Great stuff from Haley Giambalvo. For more information on all these ideas, you can head to her website, designimprovise.com, or just head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab.
Always fantastic ideas, but right now we are going to check in with our own teacher in training, Jen Tobias Strusky, to show us how this mom's handling homeschooling in the real world. That's next.
And still ahead on SA Live, looking to do some spring cleaning, tackling the pantry is one way to be able to know what you have in stock. I organized mine on a budget. That's coming up on SA Live.
Wow.
Welcome back to SA Live. Parents and kids have been learning lessons together. We showed you some great ideas for setting up your home studying area, but what do parents out there really need to get the teaching job done?
And that's where our mom turned teacher, Jen Tobias Strusky, steps in. So Jen, obviously it's been stressful turning your home into a classroom. So what have you learned that can help out other families?
Yes. Hello. I miss you guys. It's been a while, but I know this is the new normal right now. So what I'm trying to do for Julia is to set up a little learning space. It's behind me there, and I feel like that has helped her to really get excited about doing her work. So her little desk, which is something I got at Goodwill a while back, and my parents actually found it for me. And so we put together her little area, and it's really helped because it's right next to where I'm working, because yes, I am still trying to work from home and edit pieces for content for SA Live. So it's nice that she can be close by and just kind of work on that. And it helps to excite her, I feel, because she has her own little space with her little lamp and whatever works, right? Because I know we're all struggling.
What are some fun lessons you've been kind of doing with them for the there with the kids?
Yes, one thing I noticed, the great thing about my job is that I was able to speak to people from Northside and from South San ISD, and a lot of the teachers are getting really creative. So we're trying to kind of tune into that. Some of them are reading books, they're making videos and they're reading books online, and they're also doing just fun little greeting videos for their classes just to keep that connection. So I'm trying to kind of pick from their brains and then take from that as well. So we're tuning in. We did a Zoom interview on a Zoom connection on Friday. Julia was so excited because we had all of her classmates on the screen. That was really, really fun for her and exciting because she really does miss them.
Now, have you been getting some like lessons, I guess you could say, from YouTube at all, or looking around and finding stuff online?
Oh, yeah. So, again, trying to get creative. So what we've done is log on to some of my kids' favorite things. So Julia and Rai love animals. So we've been logging in to check in with Coyote Peterson. We did a piece on him not too long ago. And what he's doing every day at noon Central Time is he's going live on YouTube, and there's a different animal every time. So I'm kind of throwing that into our little curriculum here in the Stresky house and trying to have them just tune in. And she gets real excited about that. And then another local nonprofit that's been on SA Live, Zoomagination. I talked to Robert, and he's doing live videos every day as well to feature an animal like a sloth, which is really cool because they're able to answer questions. So I'm just trying to find what excites them, because they are honestly very bored at times. And another thing I learned from just talking to Jenny from Sal San ISD is that I don't need to kill myself trying to make a full mimic the day of school. Just a few hours, keep them stimulated, and that made me feel so much better.
Well, and that's also having your workspaces next to hers as well. And yeah, it's hard work. So thank you for those great ideas, Jen. We do miss you. Good luck with all your homeschooling, and can't wait to have you back here with us.
Virtual hug.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, still ahead on SA Live. It's tasty enough to be on any restaurant menu, but easy enough for a kid to make at home. We've got a fun recipe to get the kids in the kitchen.
And while the children are making dinner, you can get into the pantry and get it organized. We got some great tips to help you tackle that project.
Welcome back to SA Live. Well, it's spring cleaning, and we all have time to start tackling some of those home projects.
Let's start with the pantry. There's more to organizing it than just throwing out expired food. And this was a project that I've been wanting to pull off for about a year, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot. I think I was budgeting just about like $100 or less on things to help organize my pantry. So I found some inexpensive items to pull it off and use things I already had in the pantry and in the house. Might be utilizing this time at home to do some spring cleaning, get organized. One of the things I decided to do was reorganize my pantry on the cheap. So if I ordered something to help do that, it was fairly inexpensive, or I just wanted to utilize things that I already had in my pantry or already had around the house. So here's what I did, and what you would need is just some Sharpies, some scissors, okay, some clear packing tape, some printing paper or construction paper, poster board, cardboard, index cards, whatever they might be that you're going to kind of cut up into little labels, all right? And the one thing I did order that was fairly inexpensive were these baskets that are less than $1 each, okay? And they sell them in packs. Got mine through Walmart, had them delivered. So the first thing you want to do before you start with your paper or index cards or poster board is you want to separate everything in your pantry and decide how things are going to be divvied up. Once you do that and you have an idea of what everything's going to be called, you can take your paper poster board. I found an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper to kind of work best, okay? And all you're going to do is fold it over like so, fold it again onto itself, okay? And then onto itself one more time, all right? You are going to go ahead and cut along it so that you come out with all these even pieces. And then you can go ahead and just label them using your Sharpie, okay? After that, the easy way to laminate it with what I have here at home is to just go ahead and use some packing tape. So the easy thing is that you can just cut away any excess tape that went over, and then after you've got it done, all I do is take some of that same packing tape. I'm going to create just a sticky back for it, okay, that will completely line up on the basket. So then you take your basket, you take your newly laminated little tag on what it is, you stick it right there, So this is the finished project. As you can see, I used all the baskets to separate the items, put them into categories, used my Sharpie and packing tape to make the labels and laminate them in a way. But if you have a laminator, then by all means go to town. I know Mike Osterhage probably has one, but I utilized my can holders that I already had, as well as, you know, my spice racks. So utilize what you have, and for me, I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope that my husband doesn't ruin my beautiful project that I have just finished. And hopefully he puts things back where he found them.
Let's
So
hope
far,
Matt
so
is
good.
watching.
Yeah, no, I'll replay this for him later.
As far as the laminator, you can get me that for my birthday. I do not have one, but I love the way you kept talking about it. You used just paper stock and packing tape. Yeah. That's the perfect idea.
You know, it's just there in my drawer, so why not just use that?
Yeah.
You know, and then what's great about that is I can just easily change things out.
But with those baskets, you did plan ahead, and you had to order the proper size.
Correct.
And did a little bit
Those
of planning.
fit on my shelving, so you want to check for that.
That's great looking.
Thank you so much. We'll see how long that lasts. All right, still ahead on SA Live. Build a garden that can bounce back every year. We've got the planting tips you need to know.
And next, taking a simple dish to the next level. It's a meal your little ones will love. That's because a kid made it. Keep it right here. Hey, I like it.
Welcome back, right, to SA Live. While you're pulling double duty as a parent and teacher, how about getting your kids to start pulling a little double duty as well? If they haven't started, now is a great time to teach your children how to make some easy meals.
Yeah, and speaking of easy, here's an easy, healthy recipe by our executive producer's daughter and junior chef, Molly.
Hi, my name is Molly. I'm an 11-year-old girl who loves to cook. And today, we're going to be making amped up ramen. It's so easy, even a kid can make it. First things first, we need to wash our hands for 20 seconds at least. Don't forget to get in between your fingers. Next, you have to choose what type of noodle you're going to use. Today, we're going to be using rice sticks. Now, rice sticks are commonly found in pho. I prefer their texture. I think they taste delicious, but it's all up to you. Or you can use these little packages. You can find these in the international aisle. If you're out of regular ramen, these are good to use. The ramen packets may say to use water, but you can also use chicken broth, which I'm going to use today. I'm going to use 4 cups because I'm feeding myself and my mom. So I'm going to use this to measure it out. So you're going to get a saucepan. What we're going to do is we are going to boil the broth by itself on high. Now I've gathered my veggies in the colander. I picked radishes, bok choy, kale, green onion, and some snow peas. Now I'm gonna rinse them because I don't know where they've been. Next, we're gonna cut all of the vegetables into bite-sized pieces except for the radishes. We're gonna show you what to do with them later. Now, if you don't feel comfortable cutting the veggies by yourself, you can always ask a parent to help you. Now back to the radishes. We're gonna thinly slice them. They're gonna be about this thick. If you want your ramen to taste like chicken noodle soup, by all means, just leave it alone. You can add your noodles and vegetables to it. But if you want it to taste more like ramen, you can use these. I am going to be using less sodium soy sauce, fish sauce, rice vinegar, and ginger. But if you want to bring the heat, you can always use sriracha and jalapenos to spice up your dish. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Then we're just going to add a little bit of fish sauce. 1 shake, 2 shakes. Then we're going to be using 2 shakes of rice vinegar. So 1, 2. 1 teaspoon of ginger. Here we go. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sriracha because I like it just a little bit spicy. Now we're gonna put the noodles in. So my mom likes to stir this with chopsticks. It's fun and it gets the job done. If you like some acidity, you can use lime. When the noodles are done, turn it off and then you can add your veggies. It looks like a lot, but these veggies cook down. And I almost forgot. We're gonna add some carrots. And now we're just gonna stir them in. Once the vegetables have cooked down, wait, what am I forgetting? That's right, the meat! You can have beef, you can have chicken, you can have pork, heck, you can even add a boiled egg. But today, we're gonna be using ground turkey. You might have some of this in your fridge, so it's a good thing to use. Next, you need to put it all in a bowl. And then when you're done putting it in a bowl, you can add the garnishes. We have used the green onion and radishes for the garnishes. And there you have it, your ramen. Don't be afraid to try something new.
Right?
That's great.
Molly, go. All right, and next, cut back at the grocery store by growing your own fruits and veggies. We're getting your spring gardening gear. That's next on SA Live. Welcome back to SA Live. Well, it's a great time to do some gardening and get some fresh air.
Yes, indeed. Here's some great tips on how to get started and how your garden can help you in the kitchen.
Well, as we're all keeping our social distance during this challenging time, it's a good time to also get out and enjoy some vitamin D, get out in the yard, maybe do some planting. We are here with Laura Jarvis at Rainbow Gardens because she is the expert and she has some ideas what you can plant right now, how you can do this outside with your kids during this time, and just her recommendations on what you should be planting right now.
Absolutely.
Hi, Laura.
Thank you, Jen. We appreciate it. Yes, we are open for business, first of all, and we do have lots of plants and lots of things for everybody to enjoy. I want to recommend a couple of quick things that are very, very, very easy for the kiddos. How about an edible hanging basket? I have one that's an Italian hanging basket, which is great for pizza. Who doesn't like pizza?
There you go. Yes.
Spaghetti. So basil, thyme, parsley, and oregano. Great combinations. You can cook with it every single day, hanging right on your back porch. For those adults, maybe we want something for mojitos. How about some mojito mint? Orange mint for tea, spearmint or peppermint.
All of these things you could just go out and grab right there from your planter instead of having to go out to the store
Absolutely.
right now.
How about making a color pot, a combination pot? So this is one for part shade. We have several different things: impatiens, begonias, maybe a foxtail fern. This is going to give you some height. These are intermediate. And then we have something hanging, and this is a creeping Jenny.
So something
this
with
is
height,
beautiful.
something with color, something hanging. And
yes.
These are all pretty inexpensive as well, correct?
Absolutely. It's not going to break the budget. You can keep your distance outside, pick up a few things, maybe pot up some old pots that have been sitting around that you need to do something with, and you have time right now.
Yes.
So
this is a good idea right here.
How about veggies? Are we not wanting to go to the store? How about going into your backyard and getting your own vegetables?
There you go.
This is what they call a smart pot. It's basically a fabric pot. So it costs a fraction of the price of a clay pot. So put a tomato in there, grow that all summer, and harvest your own cherry tomatoes.
And you've done this. You said this works. You can find these online. You said you and your husband found some online.
We found some online, and they were a little bit cheaper. You can get them delivered to your door. How about planting other tomatoes? Any kind of tomato of your choice. We have some really super cool varieties. We have plenty of color plants.
For your hanging basket projects with the kids.
Absolutely. What if you just put a couple of really cute you could get 3 plants.
Look at that.
And they're going to grow. Look at this one.
Beautiful.
They're going to grow and they're going to spread. So you don't have to overpack them. Give them 2 weeks in a little fertilizer.
Okay.
Boom. So one more thing I don't think we talked about was where are we going to put the tomatoes and peppers?
Yes.
Vegetables need sunshine. So I'm going to say 6 hours of sunshine or more a day. Fertilize on a regular basis. Check your watering every day. At first you won't need to water as often. When we get really hot, we're going to need to water every day. And you have fresh food. And it actually gets the kids involved in their food.
And when they garden, we hear studies have shown that they are more likely to eat it. So you also have some examples here at the Garden Center of how you can build your own. Home Depot, if they're still open, but you can order these kits online as well. And you can see here how you can put your own garden together outside. And this is a very good example of how you can do that. For more information on Rainbow Gardens, just go to SALive.com. Click the As Seen on SA Live tab. We're constantly updating, and so are they, as things change from day to day. But I hope these tips help you so that you can do your own gardening right now, as we're all keeping our social distance. For SA Live, Jen Tobias Jeske. Thank you so much, Laura.
All right, next, Mike's showing us some of the things that helped him get through his time in isolation.
Yep, it is a trick that's going to help you stay connected with friends and loved ones, so stay with us.
SA Live. Well, as you've seen, Mike is back after 2 weeks in quarantine, and we know because we heard it all commercial break because he just kept talking and talking. Commercial breaks were no longer quiet. All right, so you learned a few things.
It's just part of my charm, right?
You were there at home. I love you. Okay, so with all the live shots you were doing, you learned
I was doing some live shots, right? Obviously for SA Live and even in the morning show. And we have apps in here, and we were doing live shots on our phone. And if you're talking to somebody on your phone, sometimes it's like, what do you prop it up against? Sometimes, and if you got to get the right angle, well, minute rice. Filled, not completely, but
Did you drop your phone in a toilet or something?
No. And so what I came up with after using strings and all that stuff is just use a bag of rice, and it becomes like a sandbag. Put a rubber band around it, and is just heavy enough to where it's going to hold it in place. And the nice thing is, you know how sometimes they say shoot it up high so you can look high. Right. So you can actually angle your phone down a little bit if you had it on a higher shelf, and the rice is going to kind of hold it like that.
Look at you, MacGyver.
Like she was laughing at me in the commercial break, and now you kind of like that idea.
That was easy.
Also then, because when we were doing our live shots, we had to have 2 different devices, like an iPad and an iPhone, so we could hear everybody talking. And then I went out into the workshop. Yes, I did.
Oh, yes.
What is this, Fiona?
What is that contraption?
Guess what this is.
That is an iPad holder.
It is an iPad.
You have fashioned out of.
Because I had a tripod laying around here.
The tripod.
The tripod for the iPad. It's a new device coming out by Apple, the tripod. It's good to be back. But it didn't have the little thing to clip on here, and so I just kind of fashioned that, and I just used some of this pegboard that I had laying around and some scraps of wood, and so that kind of fits in there, and it locks down. And so the nice thing is this will, again, tilt any way you need it. And
oh my goodness.
The iPad, I didn't whittle, but the iPad would fit in there. And my wife was actually teaching a fitness class yesterday, and the phone can fit. I just put a rubber band, hooked it on the back with some paper clips right there.
Oh my gosh.
And the phone can actually go in now like that with another rubber band. It doesn't block the camera.
That thing is legit functional. Very nice job.
Thank you very much. See? I did occupy my time just a little bit with certain things. So
you kept yourself busy.
But that's the thing, find stuff you have, like they say, necessity is the mother of invention, but find stuff you might have laying around the house. So just some scraps of wood or something like that. So
you need to patent that.
You think so?
All right.
You also have something different here at the Bulverde location.
Yes.
And you're offering kind of a market, right?
We're offering a market. So again, just another item, another way for us to kind of go outside the box or in the box. But we're offering some essential items, some milk products, some dairy product, some bread, bleach, some cleaning items, paper goods, paper towel, toilet paper. And then as we go, we'll see what's moving. We're asking viewers to kind of tell us what they're looking for, maybe in the area that, you know, that they can't find somewhere else, that maybe we can help get them for the community here in the area. And then I think it's a great idea, and it's just another way for us to kind of stay in the groove, you know, and stay in business, you know, through this time. It's tough for everybody, you know, and I get it. So, you know, we're just trying to do what we can. And if you go to our website, you go to our menu, you'll see Julian's Market items, and that's where you'll find some of our items. The pizza kit as well.
Currently, the menu is limited, right? So you have to go to the website to find out.
You have to go to the website.
Yeah.
Correct.
Welcome back to SA Live. Mike Osterhage just stopped talking again. All right, earlier we asked you, how have you been overdoing it while at home? We can't.
This is from Jackie, and she says, my hubby and I spread topsoil on our whole yard, front and back. We are so sore this morning. That'll do it.
File that under seemed like a good idea at the time. So. And today we are in for a treat because the brother duo, the Powells, Taylor and Blake, are going to perform for us. Gentlemen, take it away.
Always going, always packing up to leave, trying to live for the moment, gotta keep the exit clear. I left a trail along the way, giving more than I had to give, kept on purely by momentum, in the great sun trying to